Pretty Makers. I'm Amanda, and today I'm really excited to show you some curtains. I have been working on these with my Franny. She's been advising and showing me how to properly create a hem. She is a whiz on a sewing machine, and I was not very good at sewing in home ec. So she is helping me out. Today we finished this panel and another just like it for my largest window in my pop-out for my camper. And this came from a store-bought blackout panel. I picked out this material. I wanted it to be blackout to help me save on heating costs this winter. I know those windows are going to get cold. The extra material should help with that. This will also help with light. If we have a day where I don't feel good or have a migraine or something like that, I can block the light out of our home, and that will drastically help me. So in the future, these are going to be magnificent. We used the top that was already created on the panels for the tops of these windows, and for these panels just had to hem the bottom. We cut these to size, and now we have material to create the other curtains from. This is the bottom portion of that panel. We're going to take this and use it as the bottom, and then the top part, which was cut, I'm going to sew along this side, and then we'll create a hem as well as the place for the rod to go in between. So we're going to be folding that over. We will measure this so that it's the same distance, and then my rod is going to go right through here after it's folded and sewn, and they will match. They will look exactly the same. I'm going to use this in the second to largest window in my home. They are side by side, and so I want them to match and look good together. And then we also have some smaller panels that we'll be cutting out for the tiny windows on the sides. When all is said and done, I'm going to have lovely curtains for my home. We will have these throughout the house except Sunshine's room. I think in her room we may do something different. I think we might go with pink in there. In the window next to Sunshine's bunk, we are also going to do a pop-in style blackout board. We're not going to do an actual hanging curtain for her because I want that to be double, triple insulated. That's going to be cardboard. We're going to have bubble wrap or foam, and then I'll be wrapping that in fabric, and it will be cut to size so that it just pops into that window over winter. It's going to completely black out, but it's also going to keep her nice and cozy this winter. Alright y'all, I'm at my Franny sewing machine. I'm just going to do a zigzag stitch here to connect these two pieces of the panel, and this will turn into the top of my next panel. So we will measure and make our hem, and then measure, and then my rod will go through this hole. And then the existing bottom will remain the bottom of that panel, and then I have a second one to sew as well. Now I have my piece back in the kitchen. I'm at the bar. We have these folded over, and I've pressed this. Next, I'm going to measure 3 inches, which would make it the same as the other panel. 3 inches here. I'm going to repin, and then we'll sew. And then I will have the opening the same length as the other panels. Now I've got my 3 inches measured. These are repinned. I'm going to just do a straight stitch here, and we'll be done. Alright y'all, I'm in the laundry room now, pressing the top of the curtains. I have my stitch in. This is the straight stitch we talked about a few moments ago that went down. This is my 3 inches. This is the hole for the rod, but I think that I would really like a ruffle at the top. So to create that, my rods are very tiny, and we are going to put a stitch down the middle here. That will create a space for the rod here because they're super tiny. And I'll also have a little bit at the top for a ruffle, because the top of my windows, I would really like something overhang, you know, like ruffled up and hanging on the top to create a little bit of extra light barrier above the window. So I'm pressing these. I'm going to put a straight stitch in here, and then we will be completely done with this panel. Alright y'all, I have my stack of curtains here. They are all done. Everything's hemmed. We have the tops on. This is what they look like. Sunshine and I are about to switch out with my aunt, and that means we get to go home and hang these and see how they look in our windows. We are thrilled. I couldn't have done this without my Franny. She guided me the whole way. I would not have had a clue what I was doing. So that was an extreme blessing. It also gave us something to do, and I can't wait to get these home. Alright y'all, we're home. We got them hung. I hung these late last night. I am thrilled with how they turned out. Franny and I blew it out the water. I'm very happy with these. I love the way they hang. I love the color. I am a little surprised with how much light they still let in, but I can remedy that in the future if it becomes a problem. I love these. Last night, watching them in the dark, you know, just watching our inside lights against them, it was so pretty. But today, they look a little different. This fabric changes throughout the day as light hits it differently. It changes colors just like my walls do, and they work perfectly together. I'm really happy with these, and I don't know how I would have done it without my Franny. I am so grateful to have these curtains in my home, and we are going to enjoy these for a long, long time to come. Now that the curtains are hung, the princess can play. She loves her new trampoline.